Welcome to the 2018-2019 school year. We're very excited about what God has in store for us here at Calvary Christian School. Our theme for this year is firmly established and steadfast in the faith, taken from Colossians 1:23. And we believe it's very important what we do here, establishing students in the faith, so when they leave here, whether it's to go to college or into the workforce or into the military, wherever they go, that their roots are deep and they're establishing God's Word. We're excited about this year, and we're excited about this new thing that we're doing, these orientation videos. We know in the past we've had everybody in the gym, and it's been like drinking from a fire hose. You know, a little bit goes in the mouth, and the rest of it goes all over the place, and it's hard to remember everything that was said. So we thought this year we would capitalize on technology moving forward, and we would do these orientation videos that would stay online that you could refer back to if you had a question. And so you'll see people, you'll see Mrs. Dickens, Mr. Ross, Mrs. Burns, Mrs. Cornell, Mrs. Switzer, Mr. Leach, doing videos that you can refer back to, explaining some of the things that you would normally hear in an orientation setting. So we're excited about what this year, we're excited about what God's going to do, and we're excited that you're going to take this journey with us.
Hello, my name is Tonya Burns, and I have the privilege of serving at CCS as the elementary principal. As a CCS alumni and faculty member of 18 years, my mission is to support you and our teachers as together we fulfill our mission of equipping the next generation to impact the world for Christ. I'm looking forward to serving alongside our amazing preschool and elementary teachers this year as we all partner together with you in your child's Christian education. This year we're really excited to add a second kindergarten class. This is led by Mrs. Jenny Borden and her assistant, Miss Molly Burns. In addition, we're excited to have Mrs. Tiffany Block join the CCS faculty as our elementary instructional assistant. We also welcome Mrs. Katie Wilcox as our K-4 preschool assistant and preschool after-school coordinator. And each of our other tenacious, creative elementary team will be right in their place to lead your elementary children this year. As we begin our year, I will say that I am looking for a leading coach for our regional winning LEGO robotics team. If you're interested, feel free to call me or email me. Dr. Dickens has already communicated via his blog our additional layer of security for our elementary children this year upon dismissal. So if you're coming to the lobby and you have any question about that dismissal process, please refer back to his blog or some of the information that has been sent out about dismissal information. The beauty of multiple years of serving and living out my calling to Christian education is that I've witnessed God's reflection in the lives of many children, and I've seen the miracles that He alone can do. And guess what? I'm looking forward to more miracles of seeing God this school year work. He is many, and let's do this mission of equipping the next generation to impact the world for Christ together. Thank you for the privilege of partnering alongside you in your child's education. This is Calvary.
Okay, hi, my name is Mark Ross. I am the Dean of Men here at Calvary Christian School. I have a couple of things that I want to cover in relation to student activities for the year. The first thing is retreat. When is retreat going to take place? It'll be August 29th through the 31st. The seniors will leave early and go up on Wednesday the 29th. The rest of the high school will go up on the 30th. They will leave Thursday morning the 30th. We will stay overnight at Camp Chautauqua up in Miamisburg, Ohio, and we will return before the end of school on Friday, August 31st. So, like I said, we're going to Camp Chautauqua in Miamisburg, Ohio. It's about an hour or so away. It's not real far. What students need to bring, they will get a list of what to bring, and they'll also get their permission slips the first day of homeroom on the first day of school. What's the purpose of doing retreat? Well, the purpose of retreat every year is to help us set the tone for the year, both spiritually and to help students get excited about the school year. And it's a time for students to connect with their peers, It's also a time for new students to create new relationships with their classmates. If you have any questions about retreat, you can contact me at mark.ross@ccsky.org. The next trip I want to talk to you is just about for sophomores only. Sophomore trip is a trip we take in the fall. It's from October 30th through November 2nd. We'll be traveling to Kentucky Mountain Mission, which is in Beattyville, Kentucky. It's about 2.5 to 3 hours away. This is a service trip for sophomores. They will be helping the camp clean up their site. It will also help them fix stuff around the campgrounds. It's a time that students can work together. They will be split up into teams, and it's a great time for students as a class to bond together and to do some fun things, but also to work and to learn how to serve others. If you have any questions about that, you can contact me, Lee Hahn, or Luke Wagner. They will also receive information about, detailed information about the trip from their homeroom teachers. So if you have any questions about them, contact us. The last thing I want to cover is changes to the Code of Conduct for this year. We have a few changes that I think are notable, and they're in the Parent-Student Handbook. It would take too long for me to go over every one of those here, so I encourage you to review those in our Parent-Student Handbook. If you have any questions about those, please contact me. I'll do my best to explain. That's all I got. Thank you.
Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I am Mrs. Melody Dickens, and I am the Dean of Women and Guidance Counselor for the middle and high school students, and I love working with students. Excuse the way I sound, please. I got sick on our vacation to Disney, but better sick in the warm sun than anywhere else, right? I have many and varied responsibilities that fall under my job description here at Calvary Christian School, but I want to briefly just share a couple of items to start. To begin, 7th through 12th grade students are able to access their schedules via RenWeb. This is very important that each student print off their schedule and bring it to school with them on Friday, August 17th. There will not be printed schedules in the office for students to pick up. So again, it's very important to get onto RenWeb and print off your schedule. Not only does this show you where you will go throughout the day to each of your classes, but it also has your locker number and your lock combination on it. So again, please get on RenWeb, print off your schedule, and don't forget to bring it with you bright and early on August 17th. Regarding schedule changes, please be aware of some things before you even think about requesting a schedule change. First, you cannot switch required classes. For instance, if you're in Bible on A day and you really want to be in Bible on B day, that is not a request that we will honor. The required classes are already set. Secondly, if you didn't get something you registered for, most likely that means the class is full or it filled up before it got to your schedule request. Remember, requests are just that, they're requests, they're not guarantees. Third, many elective classes are already full. You are welcome to make a class change request, but that does not mean it will be fulfilled. So don't assume you will get all requests you make. Also remember that class change requests require a parent signature, so make sure you have that on the form before you turn your form in. And speaking of the forms, you can get the class change request forms either in the office or there will be a box on my door that has some as well. Finally, 7th and 8th grade students. Let's talk about the third block, mandatory elective classes. You will get all 4 of these classes throughout the year. So if you registered for creative writing to begin and you didn't get it, don't worry, we will not be changing these classes either, so please don't make those requests because you will be getting creative writing throughout the year. You will get all 4 of those classes during each quarter of the year. Next, I will briefly mention college preparation. All students need to get involved. Be in a club, an activity, a sports team, whatever, but find something to be involved in. Being involved is very important for your college resume. Speaking of a college resume, you need to create and keep one and keep it current as you go throughout your high school years. What is a college resume, you may ask? It's a list of everything you've been involved in, beginning in 9th grade all the way through 12th grade. It includes things like your activities, your sports, your volunteer service, honors, awards, etc. Keeping a list of these items is important. When you did them, what your involvement was, and how long you did this. Search college resumes on Google and you'll find a variety of ways to set one up, but start creating yours today. If you're a junior, and especially if you are a senior, register to take the ACT or SAT today. Don't delay. Also, prepare for this test by practicing. Practice makes perfect. Just like if you do an instrument every day, you get better. The more you practice for an ACT test, the better you will do on it. Sign up for the ACT Question of the Day app, do online practice tests, but become confident to conquer these college entrance tests. If you are a senior, you need to begin applying to colleges. It is now your time. Also, once you apply to a college, you need to remember to request your transcript from me. There is a form in my door that you can pick up to request that, or you can also get on parchment. I think that is enough for now. I look forward to seeing each of you soon. Remember, how you think affects your feelings about something and what you do. Think positively, think joyfully, think appreciatively, and most importantly, make sure your thoughts honor God. Be determined to have a fabulous year at CCS and make incredible memories as you grow in your relationship with God and with others. See you real soon.
Welcome to CCS Athletics. I'm Jeremy Leach, the Athletic Director. It is exciting to offer a platform where our students can show their talents and to share Christ with others. They can do this while building lifelong relationships with other students and with their coaches. We strive to be successful without sacrificing sportsmanship and the things that really matter in life, which is our relationship with Christ. I just wanted to quickly introduce you to the program and share some important information if you decide to participate in a sport. First of all, we are a member of the KHSAA, and we have been since 1998. We participate in the 37th District, and we are in the 10th region. We are a member of two conferences, the NKAC and the KCAC. We are proud to offer 13 varsity sports here at CCS, and currently 3 intramural sports for our elementary: soccer, volleyball, and basketball. If you are interested in participating in a particular sport, remember these things. First of all athletic information such as schedules, physical forms, transportation releases, and the athletic handbook can be found under the Athletic tab on the CCS website. Many questions can be answered quickly by just reading the athletic handbook. Second, please look for information on the emails that I send. I try to mark the content line as athletics. Third, every athlete must have a completed participation form on file every year. This is a simple Google form that I send out and is only required to be filled out once a year by each student. Fourth, every student athlete must have a yearly sports physical on file in the athletic office. And fifth, we ask that every parent get involved. We offer volunteer opportunities and ask for help at least 3 times a year. We are very excited about the future of athletics here at Calvary, and we hope you decide to be a part of it with us. As always, my office is open, and please come by with questions or concerns. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Laurie Switzer, and I'm the registrar here at CCS. And I just want to cover 2 things with you today. The first one's RenWeb, and then orientation day forms. For RenWeb, if you're having any issues with logging in or you forgot your password, you can email me and I'll happily help you get that set back up, or you can always call the school and dial extension 102 to reach me. Also under RenWeb, there is an option for you as families to keep your information updated anytime you change cell phones, addresses, emails. You can do it on your own. You don't have to call us. And you can do that once you're on the home page by clicking on the Parent Information tab and then clicking on the words Family Demographic Form in the center of the screen, and that will take you to all of your information. And also under the parent information at the bottom of the screen, you need to choose how often you would like to receive the grade reports. And you can choose never or daily or monthly, however you want to do that, that's where you need to fill that out. And then second, on orientation day forms, every family needs to bring in forms for your children, and you'll find those on the school website at ccsky.org. Click on the current parent tab and then go to orientation day forms. Find the forms that are for your child's grade level and fill those out, download them, and bring them in on Thursday the 16th. And I'll have boxes out in the front lobby for you to place those. I think that's it. So I look forward to meeting you all and starting another school year. And if you need any help throughout the year, feel free to email me. We're always here to help any way we can. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Cornell, the Marketing and Development Director here at CCS. I'm so excited for this upcoming school year, and I just wanted to mention a couple of things. First, I wanted to let you know that we have several different social media channels, and I wanted to make sure that you're following us. So like and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to stay tuned on all things CCS. Next, I wanted to mention that we do have a CCS app. So if you have a smartphone, just go to your app store and search Calvary Christian School, and just make sure you download and allow those push notifications to come through. So if you allow those push notifications to come through, you will be alerted whenever there's a snow day or an event cancellation, things like that. Also, within the app, you can stay up to date on all things like athletics and the school calendar. So there are a lot of quick tabs on there for parents. Next, I did want to mention our 2018 CCS golf outing. That's going to be on September 24th. It's a Monday at DeVue Park Golf Course. And we typically raise between $9,000 and $10,000 every year. So I'm really excited to see how this fundraiser goes and how it will directly impact the school. So if you're interested in becoming a golfer, or if you want to sponsor a hole, you can always email me, or feel free to search the CCSKY website for the 2018 golf outing. Thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you this year.
Hi, I'm Mindy Wright. I am the PTCA president. That is the Parent Teacher Cougar Association. And the PTCA organizes 3 fundraisers a year. The reason we keep it at 3 is because, number one, we're really good at them, and we don't want to overwhelm our volunteers. So the first fundraiser we do is the Christmas Boutique, and obviously that is in December, and that gives our elementary students a chance to shop for Christmas presents for their family and friends, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, teachers, and yes, even pets. The second fundraiser that we do is the Valentine Candygrams, and obviously this is in February. And bags of candy can be sent from parents to students, students to teachers, students to students, etc. And then the third fundraiser we have is in March, and that is our Cougar Crop. And that is the biggest fundraiser that we have, and it involves people from all over northern Kentucky and Ohio, and they come to scrapbook, craft, sew, just sit at a table and visit with their friends, whatever they want to do. And last year we raised over $12,000 from the Cougar Crop alone. If you have ever wondered what the PTCA does with the money we raise, well, each year we provide a meal for the teachers during Teacher Appreciation Week. We also provide a meal to the faculty during the Faculty Awards Lunch at the end of the year. And then we use most of the funds to help the school provide additional educational related needs. So this past year, one of the biggest things that we helped with was cover the cost of repairing the concrete sidewalks around the building. The other option, or the other thing that we also did, was purchase 17 security cameras to help with our increased security initiative. So we really do use the money to benefit not only the school, but our kiddos as well. So what do I need from all of you? First of all, even though most of the moms on the PTCA have 5th graders, you do not have to have a 5th grader to participate in the PTCA. I understand that all of you are super busy with work, kids, church, sports, practices, and at least in my house, for some reason, everyone wants to eat a meal every day. So the last thing you need is another commitment to be obligated to. So joining the PTCA is basically being willing to help us with the 3 great fundraisers and to make sure that those fundraisers are super successful. You're not committing to coming to monthly meetings or anything like that. We just need help when the time comes for these fundraisers. And this involves everything from making food or just buying food, wrapping gifts, making the candy bags, setting up for the events, etc. Besides, who wouldn't want to hang out with us? We are super fun. We are also going to be hosting a new mom's breakfast during the first couple weeks of school. If you are a new mom to Calvary, please try to make it to this event. It's a great way to get connected with other new moms and some seasoned Calvary mamas as well who can help give you the inside scoop. We look forward to serving you all throughout the year. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Colleen Hennemann. I am going to be facilitating our Moms in Prayer group here at Calvary this year, and I just want to tell you a little bit about it. I have been attending Moms in Prayer for the past 3 years, and I can personally tell you that I have experienced many answered prayers for myself and my family, as well as seen many answered prayers for other families and other children and teachers and administrators here at Calvary. I just want to invite you to come to Mothers in Prayer on Wednesday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. We have a great group of women. It's a non-judgmental zone, and we often have fellowship afterwards with coffee or breakfast. But what I really want to say is that prayer is not just something that you can do or a last resort, but is the most powerful thing that we can do for our kids. And I truly believe that, and I invite you to come if possible. And if you can't, please contact me at mip@ccsky.org and send me a list of prayers that you might like for your children or your family.
Hi, my name is Cindy Moran, and I run the TRIP program here at Calvary. TRIP stands for Tuition Reduction Incentive Program, and it's a program where we buy certificates for all your shopping needs. You purchase them at face value, and the difference between the discount that we get them at and your face value is what we save for you in an account. Once we get all the credits for you tallied up, we will disperse them to you twice a year, every 6 months, and it's August that you use in September, and then we'll disperse it again in January for you to use in February. And these credits will then be applied to your account and discount your tuition for those months. We order every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. We ask that you have them in by 9, and we then have them come in on Thursday, where you can pick them up in the office if you owe, or you can have them delivered to your student. And we deliver preschool through 6th grade, and then the middle school and the high school, they get called down to the office. You order online, and this website that you go to is shopwithscript.com. This is where we do all the ordering, so you can go on, set up your account, get your orders in, and if you have any questions about doing that, you can email me. To find the information, we have it on the website. You would go to ccsky.org, choose Support Services, and then choose TRIP. And under that, you should see the TRIP policies, you should see an order form, you should see how to get started, and there's an enrollment code that you're going to need to connect you to Calvary. So make sure you use that when you set up your account, and then you're good to go. I can always use volunteers. I have volunteers that help me with the computer and the ordering side on Tuesdays, and then I have volunteers that help with filling the orders on Thursday. So if you're interested in doing any of this, fill out the volunteer form and turn in the office, and I'll be giving you a call. One thing that can make this program really work for you is if you network with family and friends, the savings goes up even faster. So don't delay, do it right away, get signed up, and let's have a great school year.
In the past, you've come in the building, you've gone to Mrs. Keating, and you've asked her to call your child down. Your child has come down and met you here in the lobby. And our hope was that every child who was called down left with their parent, and we've been blessed so far with that. However, we realize that we need to be a little more diligent in ensuring that our youngest students are connected with the adult that's supposed to take them home. And so beginning this year, you'll come in the building, you'll go to Mrs. Keating, you'll ask for your child to be called down to the office. And then when they come down, Mrs. Burns or one of her designees will be at this table. And when your child comes down, you can come up and receive your child from either Mrs. Burns or another person that she has staying here. That will ensure that your elementary child is able to find who they're going home with and able to be connected with the right adult who will be taking them home at the end of the school day. This is just another level of safety and protection for our students here at CCS. This is the main entrance to the building, and the doors are locked here at Calvary Christian School from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. At 3 o'clock they unlock, and up until 8 o'clock they're unlocked, and so students can come and enter the building. But between 8 and 3, if you come to Calvary Christian School, you'll have to buzz in. On the wall over there is a buzzer, and you'll buzz that. You'll hit that button, and it will ring into the office, and Mrs. Keating, our receptionist, will answer, and she'll ask you who you are and why you're here. At that point, you'll be asked to come in and report to the office and sign in and let us know that you're in the building. This allows us to control who comes into the building, and secondly, in the event of an emergency while we're in the building, we would know who is in the building and who we need to make sure got out of the building. You'll be on camera from the moment you come in until the time you get up to the office. There are cameras outside, there are cameras in the hallway, there are cameras up into the hallway. So if you come in the building and you don't report to the office, we'll know about it and we'll be forced to track you down. So if you come into the building, make sure you proceed to the office and check in with Mrs. Keating so we can have a record of your visit. An important part of fundraising at Calvary Christian School is our annual campaign. While ACSI, our accrediting agency, says that unrestricted donations should be less than 10% of the school's budget, Calvary Christian School does a great job. Ours is actually less than 5% of the school budget, but that 5% is extremely important to what we do here. That 5% has allowed us this year to improve our security. We went from 3 video cameras in the building to 17 video cameras in the building, providing an extra measure of security for our students and families who are here. That annual campaign from last year allowed us to replace half of the heating and air conditioning units in the elementary wing. This annual campaign helps us with our operating costs and our facilities improvements, as well as expanding and enhancing our program. This year we're adding the Chromebook initiative, and so every student, 5th grade through 12th grade, will have a Chromebook, and to make those more effective in the classroom, we've had to improve our internet infrastructure. That money all comes from the annual campaign. So the annual campaign is an extremely important part of the funding for Calvary Christian School. And our goal this year is $135,000. Last year our goal was $130,000. We exceeded that. And so I expect that we will exceed this goal of $135,000 this year. If you think about it, if every family at Calvary Christian School would set aside an additional $40 a month and donate that to the annual campaign, we could easily accomplish our goal. Now, $40 a month seems like a lot, but when you think about 2 trips to McDonald's with the family, that's $40. If you think about 2 cups of coffee each week from Starbucks, that's $40. When we think about that amount of money in those practical ways, we can accomplish this task. We can make this goal. I encourage all of our faculty members to be involved in the annual campaign. I encourage all of our board members to be involved in the annual campaign. I encourage all of the church staff at Calvary Baptist Church to be involved in the annual campaign. And I encourage all of our families to be involved in the annual campaign. It's an important part of helping us accomplish the mission that we have here at Calvary Christian School, and it's right up here on the wall, equipping the next generation to impact the world for Christ. In the Old Testament, at the end of the book of Judges, it says, there was no king in the land, and everyone did what was right in their own eyes. Well, here at Calvary Christian School, if everybody did what was right in their own eyes, this would be the most dangerous place in the world. And so I'm going to ask you to abide by a few common sense rules when we're here at Calvary Christian School. Behind me, you'll see a crosswalk. We would ask that if you're crossing into the parking lot And this is true of our students and our parents, because our students will do what they see their parents do. And so we would ask that you would, if you're crossing from the parking lot into the sidewalk, to come into the building, that you please use the crosswalk. That teaches our students good lessons, and it prevents our students from crossing wherever they want to. There's a lot of cars coming and going. It's at the beginning and the end of the day, and for us to provide the safest possible entrance and exit to the building, we would ask that you use the crosswalks. There are two locations you can drop off students in the morning. You can drop them off here at the main entrance, or in the elementary parking lot, which is right up by the flagpole. Usually I'm at this door and Mrs. Burns is at that door. There's a teacher in the hallway from 7:30 till 7:50, and I'm standing at the door from 7:50 till 8 o'clock when the doors close. The same is true in the elementary parking lot. What we would ask is that if you're going to park and come in, you use the parking spaces. If you're going to drop off, you use this line right here. Please do not stop and get out of the car if you're dropping off here next to the sidewalk. If you're going to get out of the car, please park in the parking lot to get out of the car. You drop your students off, they come right into the building for a wonderful day of school. At the end of the day, we'll have almost 400 students exiting this facility, and so there'll be hundreds of cars driving here to pick up students to take them home at the end of a wonderful school day. And so we've devised a plan to allow parents and cars to get onto the lot, loaded with students, and get off the lot as quickly and safely as possible. And so I'm going to explain that process to you now. It'll be a refresher to some of you. It'll be brand new to some. I'll go ahead and warn you the first few days of school, it will take longer. By the end of the year, carpool is down to about 20 minutes and we have all the students off the facility. I'll say this to you. You can show up here. We have parents who show up here at 2:30 and wait and get their student at 3:20. Or you can drive onto this lot at 3:25 and get your student at 3:30. It all depends on how you want to use your time. What you'll do is you'll enter from the Taylor Mill entrance, and you'll drive down the hill. You'll pull into the parking lot and you'll come around the outer circle. There will be a teacher out there with a radio, and you will have a carpool number. You'll have a yellow tag that you've been given with a number on it. That teacher will, and if you know your number and you forget your tag, don't worry. You can tell the teacher your number. That teacher will call that number over a walkie-talkie, which will go to a specific room in the building where your child is waiting, your child or children are waiting. That number will be called, they will come out, and in theory the way it works, the number is called over here. By the time you make it around to right here in front of the sidewalk, your child will be waiting on the sidewalk to get in your car. The hitches in that plan are when a student is not listening or doesn't hear their number, or they don't know their number, and they may be a little slower getting out. If your student isn't out here and you're waiting and holding up traffic behind you, what we may do is we may have you pull over in a parking space. We'll continue to call your student, and when they come out, we'll escort them across the crosswalk to your car. But there'll be a teacher here in the crosswalk to make sure that everybody proceeds safely to and from the building. And your students will be waiting over here on the sidewalk. You'll pull up. There'll be teachers that help them into the car, and then you'll follow the instructions here at this crosswalk, and then you'll proceed off the property. I would ask that you drive slowly on the property. There are posted speed limits of 20 miles an hour. We do that once again, not to frustrate parents, or not to frustrate drivers on the campus, but to keep everyone safe while they're here. We do have speed bumps that we have put out. When we have a problem with people driving too fast, we do have speed bumps that we can put out to slow traffic down. We don't like to use them because they're pretty big speed bumps, but we will use them if we need to slow people down. So I would ask that you maintain that 20-mile-an-hour speed limit while you're here on campus for everyone's safety. This right here is an arrow, and it's in the parking lot at Calvary Christian School, and it points to the direction that you should drive. Most people see the arrow, they understand, they drive that direction. Occasionally, we have parents who drive against the arrow. That causes us problems. And so I'm going to ask that if you see an arrow pointing a certain direction, that you drive only that direction. That will make it safer for our students and safer for the other parents who are driving cars following the direction of the arrows. we've thought a lot about how to enter and get out of this parking lot, and when we were painting it, we thought about the flow of traffic and the flow of cars, and how to get people safely onto the property and off the property as quickly as possible. And so we've put a lot of thought into the direction that these arrows face. And so I'm going to ask that if you see an arrow, that you only drive that direction. Behind me is the student and faculty parking lot. Parents, you should not be driving into this parking lot to drop your kids off in the morning or in the afternoon to pick your kids up. You have a lot of student drivers who are entering and exiting this parking lot, and a lot of students who are walking from their cars to the back door here to enter the building. And so we're going to ask that parents don't drive through this parking lot to drop their kids off for the safety of those students who are driving in here. And secondly, on a very practical note, why on earth would you want to drive your car into a parking lot filled with student drivers? Now parents, let me ask you a question. At what point should you drop your kids off in this parking lot? Never. You should never drop your kids off in this parking lot. Parents, one more question. At what point should you pick your kids up in this parking lot? Never. You should never pick your kids up in this parking lot. This is the faculty and student parking only. Parents should not be in this parking lot dropping their kids off or picking them up. Thank you very much. Attendance at school is a very important part of the educational process. We understand that occasionally, there are trips that you take during the school year. We would ask that you try to take those trips during the many breaks that we have throughout the year. If not, we would ask that you give us 2 weeks notice, and then you contact all the teachers so that your student can get their work ahead of time, they can get it done, and they can be all caught up when they return home. We also know that there are those unscheduled absences. A student is sick. What we would ask you to do, it's extremely important that you call in the morning and let our receptionist, Ms. Keating, know that your child is sick and will not be at school today. She has a lot of important tasks to do, and if you can call and let us know that rather than her having to call you and find out why your student is not here, it would be a great help for her. So please, if your child is sick and not going to be at school a particular day, please make sure as early as possible you give Mrs. Keating a call and let her know that. And so if I mess up, I'm just going to continue. I'll just continue on or take a break and start over that way. Oh.
Hey, you were on awesome.
Whoops.
Yeah. Okay. So let me get you readjusted. Excited to see.
And a platform to show their.
And then.
You've got my head and everything?
I got you.